Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Las Comadres on KROJ 101.5 FM. We are brought to you by Voces Unidas in Pacoima and Valley Views SFE Media. I am Comadre Diosy.
And Comadre Maria.
And today we are here with JaDe. Hi, JaDe. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good.
Happy to have you here.
Yes.
Super grateful to be here. Super excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Well, we got to know each other briefly a random night at Heaven Studios. You were singing and I was like, oh my gosh, I love your voice. And then you were like, actually, I just released this song. And then you showed it to us and I was like, that is so cool. It reminds me of my, it's so nostalgic.
Thank you.
And you were like, that's the point. So why don't we kind of start talking about, first of all, that song that you just released.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of it?
Ghost in the Room. Yes. That song is really just about you think of the time where you've been in a room full of people that you love and you just felt invisible. That song is basically about not doing that anymore. I pretty much had it, and we're just moving forward and trying to be known at this point. And known for my music is probably the best thing.
I love that. Would you say that you feel that this is like a new era for you with your music, or is this something that you've been doing for quite a while, and that you're kind of just like stepping more into, or like what is the journey with your music here?
Right. So, this is a childhood dream. This is literally a childhood dream. I was a little girl in Florida just dreaming about, I'm going to be a rock star one day, is what I would tell my grandparents all the time. To be here today, if you would have asked me this a year ago, if I would have thought I would have been here, I would have just kind of laughed at you and been like, no way. There's no way. So this has been definitely a journey. I'm moving to California 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. I didn't pursue it right away. I started pursuing it maybe last year. Mm-hmm. And then here we are today. The last 2 months, I think I've really started to skyrocket. As soon as I started recording at Heaven Studios, it has been, skyrocketing my music career. It's been really amazing. So I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm so happy and excited because just listening to your music, I can't believe that I haven't found you sooner, because this is so in alignment with the type of music that I typically would like to listen to in my own playlist. So it's and it's cool. I love the Heaven Studios. I love the artists. And there's a few artists there that I really, really enjoy their music. But I would say your music is one of the first that I have truly connected to there. And so I am so happy to have you here. And I told my comadre about you, as soon as I met you, I was like, there's this girl and her music is so cool, and hopefully she comes on the show. And so I'm happy that we get to do this, and I want to let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the you're from Florida.
Correct. Yes.
How is it in Florida? What's your hometown like? And what was the decision maker or the factor that kind of propelled you to make the transition over to California?
Right. Sunny Florida, it's pretty much very similar to California out here. Just added humidity. But it's quiet. It's quaint. I lived in Jupiter, Florida for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a beach town.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much what you'd expect from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mom. But moving here, it sounds so simple, but also kind of like a crazy thing. But I met a girl on TikTok, and she invited me to come live out here with her, and I said okay, and I just dropped everything and came out here. The dream of, like I said, of my childhood was to come to LA and just to be, like I said, a rock star. And so the opportunity presented itself and I took it. I wanted to come over here and pursue music, but The first 3 years I was a dog trainer, and I just decided to, not do the music thing right away. And then now here we are.
So you say for like 3 years you were a dog trainer?
Yes, correct.
Wow. How was that? How did you fall into dog training?
I literally applied to just a random kennel tech position on Indeed, and it was at a dog training facility, and I just kind of moved my way up in the dog training world. And
that's crazy. Th3 my comadre has a history with animal
welfare.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I used to work for an animal welfare organization for a few years, and we were one of the shelters I worked out of was located in West LA. So there were a lot of dog boarding facilities,
Nice.
kennel training facilities. So like every time I'd go out like on walk with a dog, like we'd always like bump into like the trainers and the people working with the dogs. So whereabouts were you working?
So I actually started out at Royal Dog Academy in Northridge. And then I kind of started my own business co-started a business. But it was Born Free Dog Training, and that was in Granada Hills. So
nice.
yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
And how did you like that? I know sometimes working with animals can be
I loved it.
taxing.
I loved it. I feel like it's such a rewarding business to be in because, starting from we worked with aggressive dogs as well. And so having an aggressive dog turned out to be not actually just aggressive, but like friendly and just it's a rewarding process to see that. And definitely a very emotional process, but it's still a very rewarding process.
Right.
That it's like I can't imagine like the nonverbal like connection, because it's like you see us as humans. It's like we see others hurt and we see others like pain, and we can communicate through our words. But with animals, it's like genuinely like you have to earn their trust with actions, not words.
I genuinely feel like I say this to everybody, but I'm an empath, and a lot of people are like, "You're the dog whisperer." I'm like, okay, listen, I just can feel their energy, and I studied dog science for the entire time that I was working at Royal Dog Academy, and it's syntology or sonology or something like that. But studying the science of the dog behavior is just helped me really truly understand each and every single dog, and like.
Did you know that there's a town where their dog is a mayor?
I did. I forget what it's called, but it's
Idlewild. It's here in California. You should go. It's really cute.
Yeah,
definitely.
My comadre.
I'm sending everybody to go see the dog.
Yeah, she was like, we need to take Yamilette for her birthday. I told her she's down.
Oh yeah, see, there you go.
My daughter's name is Yamilette. Okay, well, I love that little side quest that you had, and hopefully you're not done with animals at all, but it's just maybe a transition that you're having. But how was it that you kind of stepped out of that then and came into the Heaven Studios? Where did that connection happen?
So oddly enough, I moved back in with so I had moved out of the friend from TikTok's house, and then 4 years later, I reached back out to her and moved back in there. I moved to a different location, but different household, but same person. And a common friend that we have, Jake. Hi, Jake. But Jake kind of introduced me. Yeah, Jake introduced me to Santos, and Santos and I just kind of really hit it off at the studio, and we work really well together, and. Again, it's connections. Connections really help everything. Yeah,
networking out here in California and LA is essential. It's everything. Getting into the right rooms with the right people, and not talking about like Hollywood, right? No. We're not talking about like getting into those, right? Which, if you do, kudos to you. Yeah. But genuinely like in community, and within friendships, because. As creatives, we know that can be kind of a really rough patch is finding the right people to do your craft and your art with.
Exactly.
And so I'm so floored that you found a home with Heaven Studios. So let's talk about that process then. So you said it's been a couple of months now, and you feel that your music career has kind of now skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Where do you, now that you feel this and you've seen the transition in only a couple of months and what that can make you feel, how do you feel about the next year for your music?
I see it taking off. I mean, I'm again thankful for Santos and the Heaven Studios, but I've collaborated already with a few artists, Riva and Adios, like just, big names at Heaven Studios. I've got one planned with Concept and all these great names. And I'm just super excited to see other collaborations that I could do, or, all the music that I can create. I've got a ton of new music already in the chamber, like waiting to come out, just waiting to finish it and come out. And so I'm very excited about that upcoming project. We're working on a single and a single to release before November 15th. So stay tuned for that.
Beautiful.
Super excited. Yeah.
I'm excited for shout out Concept.
Yes.
He's from the same community as us, from Pacoima, has roots in Pacoima. So we absolutely support Concept all the way. It's crazy because they go busking all the time.
Yep.
And I was telling Santos this the other day, but it's so crazy because I actually ran into them on my feed from somebody completely not from this industry, this world. It was a lady that I went to a class with. I want to remind everybody that you guys are listening to KROJ 101.5 FM. We're coming to you guys live from San Fernando, broadcasting from Panorama City. We're here in Pueblo y Salud. This show is brought to you guys by Voces Unidas in Pacoima and Valley Views SFE Media. This is Las Comadres, once again on KROJ 101.5 FM. I am Comadre Diosy.
And Comadre Maria.
We're here talking to JaDe, singer-songwriter from Florida. From Florida, made her way over here to...
What town, Diosy?
From Jupiter.
There you go.
She keeps me on my toes. From Jupiter, Florida. And, found her way over here talking kind of about the journey of her music, where she sees herself in the next year. Just talked about teasing a new single that's going to drop November 20.
Before the 15th.
Before the 15th, not at the 20th. So we will be blasting that.
Yes.
Very, very soon, y'all.
Super excited.
So where is the inspiration for your music? Because, girl, I've already said it quite enough on the show already tonight. I am a fan. So what is the inspiration behind the music?
So, I mean, I like to keep it real with my music. I mean, music is very much a place, or songwriting in general is very much a place where it's almost like a diary, where my emotions truly do come out. And it's something that I just kind of pour my heart into. And so, yeah, just true, real, raw emotion, real feelings, real relatable feelings, I feel like. And, that just kind of keeps me going.
Yeah. I feel like that's where, personally for me, when I have my personal taste in music is music that's going to put me in my feels.
There you go.
Lyrics hit hard for me.
Yeah.
And so also the beat, I love a nice, edgy, emotional tune, and but I think I really enjoy like lyrics, and I feel like I resonate with a lot of the lyrics that I've heard in your music.
Thank
and
you.
Just the feeling of finding myself. I feel like your music is a lot of has that message a lot.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that. As a girl, like we hear a lot of music talking about beauty standards or relationships only, and I enjoy music that kind of is centered around like where I'm at in life and the growth in my life.
Exactly.
And so how do you do that? You're a songwriter.
Yes.
So how do you tap into being a lyricist and writing that out?
Realistically, like I said, I mean, I just stems from real raw emotion, and I'm just pouring my emotions onto the page. I start from, I mean, obviously everybody goes through struggles. So I just kind of go through my struggles and put down on paper how I'm feeling and how I know I'm going to overcome it. And that's the most powerful thing is, like telling myself in my songs how I'm going to overcome this struggle. And actually manifesting that and actually having it come true and like overcoming that struggle. Yeah, just coming from real raw emotion, real raw struggles and being human. Yeah.
Is there a particular song that you've written recently, or the beginning of your writing career, that was so personal that you really haven't put it out there yet?
There are
Or
quite a few.
quite a few?
There are quite a
Okay.
few, yes. Like I said, I mean, it's very much a diary entry. And yeah, there are quite a few that probably will never surface the light of day. But I mean, you know, got to keep it real.
Yeah.
What kind of topics do you cover in your, like, do you cover like love, heartbreak, struggles with family? Because I'm not a creative like y'all. I'm just sort of like an observer. And so as an observer, I'm curious to find out, as a creative, as a songwriter, how do you determine the topics, or do they just sort of come to you, you write it down, and then you just go from there?
Yeah, I mean, I just go through the real struggles in life. I just go through life as a human, and then you know, as the struggles I may face come my way, and I'm definitely going to face more, and then will come my way. I kind of just write them down. Like I said, I still like pen and paper, and I still write them down physically in a notebook. If you can find that notebook, you're lucky. I keep it on lock. But yeah, I mean, I just keep it on pretty much as soon as I go through something, I'm writing it down in a song. Realistically, like, there's a new song, like another new song coming out, but it's basically about just being told I'm too emotional, and having to grow a thick skin, and just how I'm also going to use that emotion in my songs. And so yeah, just kind of going through life and just writing it out in a song every single time I go through something.
Do you have any siblings?
I do.
Are you the oldest?
I'm not. I am the second oldest.
Okay.
There's 4 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like an older middle child?
Yeah, an older middle child for sure.
And how are you very different from your siblings, or are they all sort of musical like you?
So I mean, my brother is musical. My little sister plays the cello. No, I don't even know what she plays. The bass.
Oh, okay.
My brother, he's musically inclined. He doesn't really do much with his music, but he is musically inclined. And then my older sister, no. She used to play guitar for maybe a month, and then it's one of those things where she kind of gave it up as a kid. And then my mom doesn't sing. Dad probably can't carry a tune. Grandparents weren't musical. I was pretty much the only one that was actually like going through with it. And in school, I was in choir. You know, I did piano lessons. I stopped taking piano lessons because they weren't letting me do whatever I wanted to play. And then I kept playing by ear. Yeah. So it was just pretty much me.
So you've sort of honed in and nurtured your own talent the way that you sort of, it fits you to yourself.
Yeah.
And I was gonna just say, you're speaking about like not necessarily having like musical roots in your family, like some more known names like Eric Clapton has a child, and Aerosmith has Steven Tyler has a daughter.
Right.
So you're recognizing that you're sort of like the first in your family to sort of be like a musician. So I think it's kind of cool though, because I feel like as the generations go by, like they are going to reflect back on you as being like the beginning of, why are you so musical? Like I see all of like your family, you know, your friends and your cousins and your nieces and your nephews and your grandma. Where does this come from? And they're going to be like, oh, well, let me tell you about my great grandma JaDe, you know?
Honestly, that sounds amazing. To be like the start of a generational, like, I don't want to say not a generational curse, but like a generational like blessing almost, to bring music to my family is just something that I am so grateful for, and so grateful to be able to do, and, to pass it down for generations is going to be super exciting. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because, it's just also like the courage it takes to become a musician, to be a creative.
Yes.
It's so, you really have to believe in yourself, and as much as anybody believes in you, it's not gonna help. You have to really believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a trait that you can only learn within yourself. And once you learn that for yourself, like you can definitely teach that to your kin. And so that's where, like, for us, I'm a parent, and I feel like my kids are seeing me go through that now, and they're seeing the fight of my creative output in this community. And you know, I have a daughter who's fully into her creativity, a son who's fully into his creativity, but you know, they're surrounded by people like Santos, like Tere, who says she's not creative, but we could not exist without her organizing, and her the way that she stays on top of everything in itself is creative, because it takes for her to have to like create, like she created a whole tabling set for us where it hosted all of the upcoming events that it can be updated every month. And so it hosts events in the San Fernando Valley exclusive to our valley. And then along with that, there's a notebook full of all of the organizations that we have personally connected with, partnered up with, in any way have highlighted them. They have highlighted us. And then on the backside of that is just a bunch of resources, again, that are exclusive to the San Fernando Valley.
That's amazing. See, organization is creative.
That is creativity right
for
there.
Sure.
You know? And so, these are who we're around, you know? And the Heaven Studios has been a space where, you know, they have... Obviously, like when you think about creativity and you think about music and the music industry, there's a lot that goes into it that you don't want family around. You want kids around. And that's true in certain aspects of the Heaven Studio. Clearly is that there is very much adult spaces and stuff. But what I enjoy about them as well is that there's also spaces where they bring in the youth. They bring in family environments. There's picnics, you know, there are listening sessions, there's barbecues, and there's an opportunity for our youth and our kids to participate in these spaces, you know, and to see how their community is practicing their talents. And so can you talk a little bit about the networking that you've done within the Heaven Studios? And I know you said you've come up with a couple of partnerships, or what are they called in the music industry? Collaborations. You've had a couple of collaborations there. Can we get to know a little bit about those?
So Robert, aka Riva, I mean, he's coming up. We're gonna release this track pretty soon. It's the one called Thick Skin, and it is again the one about being super emotional and being told you're too emotional your whole life. And so this is probably my favorite song I've ever done. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I mean, I've just kind of been around the studio a lot. And so more people that come in, I get to really meet them. Again, like the barbecues, all of the events that we're going to, I kind of just get to be a part of. And I've just kind of been welcomed in as a part of the family. Adidas is another one, you know, like I'm super excited to release that collaboration as well. Sergio Santo.
Santo
Yes.
That was the first collaboration.
That was my first collaboration. Yep.
What?
So, and I'm super grateful for that one.
He used to be a host on one of the shows in this
really
in this radio station.
That's amazing.
So we know Saint Sergio.
Yes.
We know Santo del Valle.
Yes.
And Santo del Valle. Yeah, and we are huge fans and friends of him as well. That's amazing.
We've also interviewed him.
We've also interviewed him on our shows.
Nice.
Yes. A couple times, huh?
At least once. I think you might have stopped by at some point. But yeah, it was to promote new music that he had put out.
Nice. Yeah, he literally just reached out to Santos and was like, "Hey, can I collaborate with JaDe?" And so it was just kind of something that was super exciting for me as like an artist, just have first somebody reaching out for me to collaborate with, which was super exciting. But again, just requesting me. I was like, how did he hear about me? This is kind of crazy. But again, as my music is getting out there, it's like more and more artists are actually reaching out for collaborations and stuff. So it's super exciting.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to take a quick little musical break, and we're going to continue listening to JaDe's music here on KROJ 101.5 FM. You guys are tuned into Las Comadres We are brought to you by Voces Unidas in Pacoima and Valley Views SFV Media. I'm Comadre Diosy.
And Comadre Maria.
And we'll be right back, you guys. Hello, San Fernando Valley. You guys are tuned into Las Comadres on KROJ 101.5 FM. I am Comadre Diosy.
And Comadre Maria.
And we are brought to you guys by Voces Unidas in Pacoima and Valley Views SFV Media. Voces Unidas is a segment that is on every Monday and every third Sunday here on KROJ 101.5 FM. And depending on what Monday and when on Sunday you tune in, you will hear either person on our team. We have Alex Infinity with the world of Alex Infinity. We have Momo Talk. We have Las Comadres, and we have Voces Unidas, which are all segments that we host every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every third Sunday from 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So if you guys like the conversations that you guys have heard tonight, that is when you could tune in with us. There are other segments here. Shout out Valley Views. Shout out Blazerk with Take You There Radio and Sound System. The Panda Hour, Reading in Bed with Jessica, The Art of Action, and many, many other shows that you guys can tune into here on KROJ 101.5 FM. But tonight we are here with JaDe, a singer-songwriter from Jupiter, Florida. And she moved out here to California about 4 years ago and met some person on TikTok and said, hey, you know what? Let me go live with you. We lived with that person out here, was a dog trainer.
Yes.
And then kind of trickled her way back into her passion, found some really cool people that we are connected to. Mm-hmm. And that is how we found JaDe, and we connected with JaDe and her music. And JaDe, we're so happy to have you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We have just a little longer with you here tonight. Mm-hmm. Before we get started, is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't yet talked about?
Sure. I mean, realistically, you know, when I'm first of all, thank you guys for having me. I'm super grateful to be here. But yeah, when I first moved out to LA, you know, a lot of the things that I was told was, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like specifically with modeling, you know, I was told you're too short to be a model. You're too this, you're too that. You can't be a model. And so my big thing is, like, I like to prove people wrong. I like to, I don't want to say rebel in a sense, but like I want to, you know, push to the extreme. I want to go out of my way to push to the extreme and do what people say that I can't do. Mm-hmm. A lot of people told me to stop doing the music thing for a while and just take a break. Mm. And the moment I say, no, I'm not going to do that, my music career takes off. I meet Santos and the Heaven Studios, and music is literally taking off. So I'm super, very much on the don't let people tell you no. Mm-hmm. Don't let people stop you from reaching your dreams. Don't take no for an answer. But yeah, that's a little bit more about me.
I love that. I feel that so much in my life. I'm an older sister. I am the third in line, but I feel that, you know, kind of, I had older brothers, and growing up I heard, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't do that. That's not something that is going to be good for you in the future. Right. Or you're not going to survive off of that. Right. I heard that often growing up, and it did stunt my creativity for a long time. Yeah. But I found my way back to it, and saying yes to myself, saying yes to, I feel like when people say no to you, and you, like, there's the fire inside of you, like you cannot accept it, you know? Exactly. And so, I resonate so much with that. And again, I feel that reflects a lot in your music.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the messaging behind your songs, even in like Ghost in the Room, mm-hmm. you know, like, it's like, yeah, like maybe this is a version of me that was here before, but that's not true anymore. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, very much I'm gonna overpower and overcome all of these things, all of these struggles. Like I may feel like I'm invisible in the room right now, but you're gonna see me soon. Like one day you're gonna see me and you're gonna wish you saw me.
Who's your music for? Who are you writing for?
Little me. I think it would definitely be for my younger self for sure. You know, as somebody said to me today, they were like, "JaDe, little you would be so proud of you." And I mean, I burst into tears. It was probably the most compliment, like the biggest compliment I've ever received. And it's real, you know, little JaDe went through a lot. And so to see me here today, like imagining what little JaDe would have said, I think she would have just mouth open wide, just like, wow, that's amazing. And like, I'm just in awe. So I'm super, super grateful for every single experience that I've gone through.
We love childhood healing.
Yes.
And who would you say, like, your fans, who you're making your music for your fans? Like, what does your fan look like? Somebody that is like a hardcore JaDe fan.
Probably somebody who's gone through it, you know, somebody who's gone through the real life struggles, somebody who is heartbroken but wants to overpower those heartbreaks and wants to overpower those real struggles in life. You know, we're all human. We all go through all these struggles and all of these hard things. I mean, I feel like, you know, everybody's kind of going through something right now, even. And so, you know, it's for you. It's for you guys individually, each that are going through something that just want to overpower that and, you know, feel related to and feel like I get it, you know. And so that's a hardcore JaDe fan right there.
Thank you. And this is a question from Fallen.
Okay.
He says, what is your favorite writing utensil, since you like to write your lyrics out? What do you like to write with?
Okay, so it's either, you know, like the obviously a notebook. Any kind of notebook is fine, but specifically a mechanical pencil. And my go-to mechanical pencil is like a green and blue mechanical pencil by Papermate. And it's literally, the eraser is like almost gone. Like I've had to buy several little lead like things for it, but yeah, I love my mechanical pencil. I mean, it's my go-to tool for sure.
Love that.
What point lead do you have?
It's 0.7. Only 0.7.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, because I mean, like, the 0.5 is just way too thin, and you would be breaking it all the time.
0.9 is just too thick.
It's way too thick. Yeah.
Now I do draw as well, and so in my little sketchbook I've got
Yes,
songwriting.
I remember your sketchbook.
Yes. And so with
Memories of the Night are coming back.
My sketchbook is a 0.9, but when I write my songs, it's always my 0.7. My green and blue mechanical pencil. My green and yellow one is 0.9.
Wait, Th3 you need to look at that book. It's
I should have brought it.
The drawings are insane. We'll give you our numbers and you can send us pictures.
I can send you guys pictures. Yeah, for sure.
I like cows and she likes raccoons.
Good to know. I will draw you guys a cow and a raccoon together.
Okay.
That'll be healing, because just
right
this
there.
weekend we went out and
oh my
we
God,
did
stop.
it, and then just
Stop.
saw a little sad raccoon on the side
Oh
of the road.
no.
I know.
We stopped right next to
Gotta hit
it.
this hard right now.
And we were in separate cars, so as we pulled up, everyone in my car gasped and went, "Oh no, Th3!"
Oh no. It was like right there, and as soon as I pulled up behind her, I was like, okay, is this the place we really chose to stop?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me just pull up a little further. I don't want to be right next to my fallen friend.
My fallen friend.
Oh my god. But you know, again, that would be a really nice
yeah, I got you
healing assignment for me.
No problem.
We'll hang it in her living room.
There you go.
Yeah,
you
you
know.
know,
Get you guys a nice frame
raccoons.
for it.
What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal would have to be a giraffe. That goes way back to childhood. You know, just going to the zoo and having them lick my hands and stuff.
Oh
Like
my
Jeffrey the
God.
giraffe from Toys R Us. Yeah, giraffes for sure.
That's fun. I don't know if we have experiences like that in LA.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that's
the LA Zoo it's fallen on hard times. I feel like it's a little decrepit. It's not. The last time I went to the zoo was like super sad. Like all the animals were like hiding.
Have
And there
we
was
gone
like
to the zoo together?
no, but I went. I think I want to say right before the pandemic, and
Oh, wow.
it was sad then. And
The last time I went was around. I was already back from Utah, so it had to be like 2022 to 2021
Okay.
for my mom's birthday. Random.
Oh, how was
year.
that?
It was sad.
Sad, right?
It was
Okay.
really sad.
Yeah, I mean, and not to get off topic, but there was recently 2 elephants that were living in the zoo for a really long time. And it really just became, their habitat was just not what they needed.
Yeah.
And they were getting older. They needed more stimulation. They needed more just like hands-on care.
Yeah, for sure.
And the city was like, okay, we're going to move them. And then there was a millionaire that was like, cool, if you guys want to send them to this like protected wildlife, like I'll foot the bill. I'll pay for everything. And a lot of people were very happy about that. But then the zoo in the middle of the night moved them somewhere else that was not going to have the same kind of like facilities for these animals. So people were very upset. So, you know, the zoo is not always the best place. I know there's a lot of learning opportunities. I know it's a lot of fond memories as kids, but I think as you start to get older, you start to see like they're not very happy here, and this is very sad.
Yeah, no, the place in Florida, it was called Lion Country Safari, and I mean, it literally was. It felt like you were on a safari. So it was very much along the lines of they try to keep the habitats as natural as possible for each of the animals. And like the lions have this huge like open area, and like they get to roam around. I mean, it's acreage, like huge acres of like land just for these animals, and so it's really, I mean, it's incredible to see what they're doing, and I mean, fond memories of the place as a kid. So very exciting.
Beautiful.
Giraffes.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it back to the topic here. Yes. We have here with us Santos from the Heaven Studios. Wah, 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 wah. I wish I had a horn. Lazark, where you at? But you know, we've talked to JaDe about her experience with, you know, coming into the Heaven Studios and how it's propelled her music career. And we want to talk to you a little bit about JaDe. You know, what has your experience been working with JaDe and bring her into the other artists that you work with? And yeah, let's just talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, JaDe has been such a wonderful artist to work with. You know, just from like day one, you know, I just seen that she was like super motivated, down to just like collaborate, work, do whatever she wants, like do whatever she can do, you know, in her best abilities, you know. And that's like something like super like rare to find, and like especially out here in LA, I guess. Because like what we were talking about earlier, you know, a lot of it is like the major industry stuff and like Hollywood. I mean, obviously, like I feel like we're like the little guys here, but at the same time, it's like we're doing our thing, you know. And she was, like I said, like from day one, just like down to be part of the team, and you know, helping us out with the marketing, helping us out with creating posts and reels and stuff like that. Because me myself, I mean, I'm taking care of the studio, taking care of the collective as much as I can, and you know, like time keeps on going by, and it's like difficult to maintain a lot of things at the same time, you know. So I always look back to my family, my friends, like you guys, everybody that's been, you know, supportive of the collective, and just like really like being down to earth to just like keep on growing, you know. And yeah, like JaDe represents that a lot, and just yeah.
I love that, because I'm a firm believer that like the people that we're around right now, the people that we're in connection with and collaborating with, like I really believe that we're like the next big dogs, you know, like we're gonna make it. And like my friends are so talented. Like I firmly believe in their capacities to make it out there, and you know, big Hollywood. And you know, there's nothing wrong with having your roots in these spaces, these community spaces. You know, like Daniel and I were watching a documentary about, I'm horrible with names, but like we were talking about this with you actually, how there was like this group of artists that went to school together. They actually went to school together. I think it was like, oh my God, I wish Daniel was here. This is irrelevant because I can't remember the names, but it was a group of very famous, I think like rappers that went to school together. We talked about this.
Wu-Tang?
No.
NWA.
I don't know.
I know Wu-Tang went to
I
school
know
together.
for sure. I talked about this with Santos separately and Maria separately.
You guys talking about us?
It was a documentary.
Right.
It was a documentary. Come on.
I know the only
The Heavens
documentary
Collective?
we've talked about was the one about ABBA.
No,
And that's not the one that
girl.
it's good though. Like
I love
I'm just
ABBA.
saying, ABBA
Rappers.
documentary on Netflix
ABBA the
is really
rappers.
good.
I'm gonna have to find this documentary. It's like animated too, I think.
Oh, no.
Animated.
Like,
Come on,
Snoop Dogg and Wiz
Santos.
Khalifa.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's like,
It's like-
Mac and Devin go to high school.
There's a
No.
group of them that went to high school together. Point is, they all made it really big.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, those are big names.
They made it really big, and I'm like, all of us over here, some of us went to school together, some of us came up in community together, you know, but the point is, we were youth together,
Right.
and we're young adults together now, and you know, we're seeing each other continue to fight for our creativity, even through, you know, economical, political crises, and, you know, in moments where it's been so hard, you know, through the pandemic, through all of this crazy stuff that's going on in the world, to see people lean into themselves is beautiful. And that's exactly the spaces that the Heaven Studios has created. Voces Unidas, you know, the different people that we are in collaboration with, you know, here in the studio we have Thera World,
Right.
and the thing we all have in common is collective building, right? Is that we all understand that you're not going to get there by yourself, and you're not going to get there stepping on each other. It has to truly be a collaborative process, and we have to want to see each other win, even if it means that you're going to win before me.
Right.
Because if you win before me, I win. You get to
Exactly.
bring me into the spaces that you're in. And that is truly, truly what I have seen the Heaven Studios represents. We represent that, you know, and the different folks that you know, I already know, like, you've collaborated with, you know, these people also represent that.
It's
like
a family.
Concept, the amount of work that he's done in the community as well.
It's beautiful.
You know, it's so inspiring, just to see. So you are in such great hands, and we cannot wait to follow your career and see where it takes you. And we're definitely huge fans over here at Voces Unidas,
Thank you.
Las Comadres. And do you have any shows coming up?
I do.
Ooh, let's talk about those.
Yeah. So
Plug 'em
on
in.
November 11th, we are having a show. The Heavens Collective is putting on a show at Valley Rocks. I believe it's from 7 to 10 p.m. At Valley Rocks. Tickets are
$15 to the pre-sale link.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Valley Rocks is like a new venue that just opened up out here in basically kind of our area in Tarzana is like Tampa and Vanoan.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner, who I yet need to meet in person, he's like super down to just collaborate with artists and help them out, and just kind of give them a space to like perform, but also be able to you know do their work, practice their ticket sales and all that stuff.
So
And
November what, 11th?
November 11th.
That's next Tuesday, no?
next
Oh my
Tuesday.
gosh, it's coming up so
It's
fast.
coming up
Yeah.
quick.
Super excited. Super excited.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is in 4 weeks.
Wow.
3.5
Oh my gosh,
weeks.
Where is the year gone?
Tomorrow.
My goodness. My daughter turns 12 in three Mondays.
Oh my gosh, my little sister's 13, so
Girl.
I'm like, weren't you just 2?
Yes, exactly. That's how I feel. You know, you cannot tell age until you have a kid around you.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh my gosh, I like can't notice myself age, but all of a sudden you're the same height as me.
Literally.
When did that happen? How did that happen?
You're taller than me.
Just yesterday you were like 3 feet tall.
Right?
But yes. Okay, JaDe. Well, let's see. Any last questions, comadre?
Where can people find you, and how can we stay tuned with your projects?
Yeah. So
Yes,
I
comadre.
am on all streaming platforms. It's JaDe, or it's Jade, but with the E has a little accent mark on it. JaDe, JaDe, whatever you guys want to call it. But yeah, so I'm on all streaming platforms, and then my Instagram is officialja.de. My TikTok is ja.day music. Yeah.
Period. That's where you guys can find JaDe. We have been listening to JaDe throughout the show. So if you liked what you heard in the music in the background, that's JaDe. That is the vibe, y'all. So, if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
But yeah, guys, like we said earlier, Shift Our Ways Collective has started a new initiative, and they will be hosting food in Wednesday evening starting November 5th. You guys can check that out on Instagram. I know also there are a lot of other food pantries that are, kind of ramping up and trying to meet the community's needs amongst everything that's happening right now with folks not having access to funds that they would normally have through government services like EBT or food stamps. I don't know if there's a difference, but yeah. So if you guys need information, we will be posting different food pantries. We have been posting Ignite the Light, which services Pacoima, San Fernando, and the community. We also have a connection with Etna Street Solidarity, who hosts a really, really free market that is also coming up
November
this
8th, I believe.
Saturday, I believe.
Yes.
So this Saturday, there will be resources for free out on Silmar and Van Nuys Boulevard. Right?
Sylvan and
Sylvan.
Sylvan. It's in front of the Van Nuys Courthouse.
Yes.
It'll be on
Sylvan.
the steps. You can't miss it. You'll see banners. You'll hear the music.
Yeah.
So stop
So
by.
that's going on. And if you need more information on that, that is going to be on at Etna Street Solidarity. Again, that is a really, really free market. And basically what that means is food, resources, entertainment, all for free for community to come and enjoy, no questions asked. Come and get what you need and, go on about your day, network, have some, interact with some folks there and see what that community is all about. We are also having a neighborhood solidarity market at the end of the month with the Reseda Farm with Shift Our Ways. Again, that is also a collaboration with Voces Unidas and Etna Street Solidarity and Soul Collective. So you guys can find all of this information at Shift Our Ways on Instagram or at Voces Unidas in Pacoima or at Etna Street Solidarity. And tonight we were with JaDe. We have the Heaven Studios here. I am Comadre Diosy.
And Comadre Maria.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back with you guys next Monday with the Voces crew. Bye.